one of the key moments when I dug into trust. And trust, by the way, is the most researched factor in human emotions in literature. There's so many researches about that because it's very elusive. And I would first start and say that trust is earned. You don't build trust, you earn trust. And I heard that first in a podcast between Esther Perel and Adam Grant. And when I heard that, I thought, wow, maybe I should stop using building trust, because there is a choice, whether it's conscious or unconscious, by one person they choose to trust someone else to some extent and in some domain. So that's the first thing. Understand that trust is earned. Then comes the question, well, how do I become trustworthy? It really depends on the other party. What is important for them? What are some behaviors that they're expecting to see, that by seeing these behaviors, they can assess that you are trustworthy and they can choose to trust you? So there's a conversation about that can happen between parties, especially if it's the first time that they're coming together. Set expectation conversation. Hey, what are you expecting from us? What is really important to you to see? So we will earn your trust, and vice versa. Here's what we need to earn your trust. And again, trust is very specific to one path, and it can be different in other factors of life. So for example, Harley, you know what? I trust you as a great podcaster and a previous software engineer and entrepreneur. So if I need some advice about these things, because you've shown your competency, I might go and ask you about that. But I wouldn't trust you to operate on my eye if I have a need for eye surgery, because you don't have the capability or the results to show. So that's what we call, this is what is seen, the behavior layer. Underneath that, there's the character part. And I do recommend for everyone to read The Speed of Trust of Stephen M. R. Covey, the son of Stephen Covey. It's really a great book to read and use. So Stephen M. R. Covey says that below the results and what we can see on the surface, there is the character part. That is, what is your intent and what is your integrity? So the quickest way I've found to earn trust is to call out your intent. And this works beautifully in some of the hardest situations that leaders have at work. Performance management, for example. You have an employee that doesn't perform well, and you need to go in and have a hard conversation with this person about their performance. You can do it as everyone comes, hey, we need to have this tough conversation. And you know what? You're not performing well lately. So I'm going to set some metrics for you to achieve, and we'll test whether you can achieve those metrics or not. But you know what? If you can't, we'll have to let you go, et cetera, et cetera. So now if we sit at the receiver chair, what do we hear? Judgment. They're trying to get rid of me. That's how it feels. Now let's call out our intent up front. Hey, Harley, thank you for coming today. I want to start the conversation with just stating that the goal of this conversation is to see how we can overcome some performance issues that we're seeing lately and invest in your own development. So you can not just perform well, but outperform and succeed and, get promoted and, get out of this work what you also want to get out of this work. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, totally shifts the mindset there.
Right? Now we're in a different conversation. I can be really honest about, hey, you know what? If at the end, hey, if you don't achieve that, that means you're probably not the right person for this job. And it's my role as the leader to take care of the team, take care of our results. But I also want to take care of you. But let's work together to see, if you are a good fit for the job. So, because you're not performing well. Most low performers know that they're not doing well. They have stress, they're overwhelmed, whatever the reason, but they feel it. And now I come to help them. And I do it with deep intent. I'm not just beautifying and trying to regulate emotions here. No, I do want to see you succeed.